need to discuss something with you. We're struggling with living expenses this month. Could you help us out?
I told you last time that would be the final time. I won't be providing any more support to my second son's family. Please try to manage on your own.
Don't be so cold. This time it's really serious. It's the kid's birthday this month, and we can't even afford presents or cake.
Excuse me?
And the school is asking for additional activity fees. The children will be left out if we can't pay.
You're always bringing up new expenses after I say no.
Because they keep coming up. Do you want your grandchildren's birthdays to be miserable? You wouldn't want that, would you? So you'll help us, right?
I feel for my grandchildren, but that's a separate issue. You should be able to celebrate your children's birthdays with your own means. Stop relying on my money.
The kids are talking about their cousins' big parties last week. They looked so sad.
Perhaps if you and Michael kept your jobs, you could afford such things.
Come on, Sarah, don't be such a miser. You're living comfortably on your pension, and Thomas lives with you, so you're not struggling financially. Why won't you use your excess money to help family in need?
If you were truly struggling, I would help, but in your case, you're just trying to take advantage of me.
What did you say?
Remember last month when you said you needed money for car repairs?
Yes, and you refused to help then, too.
I saw you at the mall the next day, shopping bags in hand.
That was different. There was a sale.
I won't help people like that. I heard from Aunt Mary that both you and Michael quit your jobs again.
Well, the bonus was too small. You recommended those jobs, saying that they would be good, but the salary was low, the bonus was tiny. It's only natural to quit a company that doesn't motivate its employees.
The company gave you both chances despite your spotty work history. They even trained you.
Training? They just made us do boring paperwork all day.
You should be grateful to even get a bonus after only working 6 months. You two are really alike, no patience at all. You never keep a job long, that's why you have no money. Even relatives tried to help by finding you work, and you've made me lose face because of your behavior.
Shut up! It's your fault for recommending such terrible companies. Either find us better paying jobs that suit our personalities, or take responsibility and help us with living expenses.
What unreasonable people you are.
How can you say that after everything we've done for this family?
What exactly have you done?
Well, we visit during holidays, we bring the grandchildren.
Only when you need something.
That's not true. We came for New Year's, didn't we?
Yes, and immediately asked for money for winter clothes.
We're family, aren't we? Are you just going to ignore our situation?
Let's talk about family then. When was the last time you visited without asking for money?
That's not the point. You're changing the subject.
I'm sorry, but I don't have that kind of flexibility anymore. If you're talking about family helping each other, why didn't you help us too? Please stop asking for support.
Help you? With what? You have everything.
Do I? Have you ever asked how we're doing?
Huh? Why don't you have flexibility? You have your pension and Thomas's income. You're not struggling at all.
That reliable Thomas had to take leave from work.
What? Why would he do that? He's always working.
He didn't have a choice.
What do you mean? Is he being lazy like Michael?
I don't want to spread this around, but Thomas was diagnosed with an illness. It's quite serious. He can't work because of the treatment.
Really? That serious?
Yes, it's serious and quite difficult. We don't even know how much the treatment will cost.
Oh, but surely his insurance will cover it.
Insurance doesn't cover everything. There are many extra expenses.
But still, you must have savings.
So please leave us alone for a while. I need to prepare for his future treatment costs, so I can't help you. If anything, in the spirit of family helping each other, I'd like your help.
Help? What kind of help?
Even just emotional support would mean something. Visiting Thomas at the hospital.
No way, that's impossible for us. We don't even have jobs or money.
Money isn't everything, just being there.
Hospitals are depressing, and the kids might get scared.
I know that. That's why the best help you can give is to leave us alone. Please try to become independent. Take care now.
Mom, I've been thinking.
What is it, dear?
Mom, thinking of stopping the treatment.
What? Why are you suddenly saying this? You just started your hospital stay today.
I saw the cost estimates today. It's worse than we thought.
What do you mean?
The treatment costs are higher than I imagined. They're saying I might need treatments not covered by insurance, and I'm worried about the out-of-pocket expenses. I'm not sure all my savings will be enough.
Is that what's been bothering you all day?
I can't stop thinking about it. The numbers keep running through my head.
Oh, don't worry about that. If your savings aren't enough, I'll cover it. This is exactly when you should rely on your mother.
But Mom, your retirement.
Don't even think about that.
I can't do that. Your savings are for your retirement. I can't let you use them on me.
Listen to me, Thomas.
But Mom...
What are you talking about? I have no interest in a retirement where my son died because he couldn't get proper treatment. Money means nothing without you.
Mom...
Besides, there's something I haven't told you.
What is it?
You've been paying for living expenses while living with me. Thanks to that, I've saved quite a bit. It's only natural for me to use that money to repay you. Even if I use up my savings, I still have your father's insurance.
What? Dad's inheritance is still there.
Every penny of it.
But I thought you used that for house repairs last year.
That came from my regular savings. I never touched your father's money. It's practically untouched. Parents save more than their children realize, so Thomas, focus on getting treatment and beating this illness. That's the most cost-effective approach. A prolonged hospital stay would cost more in the long run.
You've been planning ahead all this time.
Of course, that's what parents do.
Well, I've been worrying about money.
That's enough of that kind of talk.
You're right, Mom. I guess being admitted to the hospital properly made me a bit depressed. I'll focus on the treatment and getting better.
That's my boy. How are you feeling now?
Better after talking with you. The nurses here are kind too.
Really, don't worry about money. Just focus on getting well. Rachel, what's happening out there?
Oh, good. You're home.
Wait a minute, Rachel. What's with all these boxes? Michael won't answer my calls. Please explain what's going on.
Don't act surprised. You must have expected this.
Expected what exactly?
What's to explain? It's exactly what it looks like. We've sent over our moving boxes.
Moving boxes? These are all yours?
Of course. The kids' toys, our clothes, everything.
You don't mean you're planning to live here?
Obviously. Where else would we go?
But why would you?
Yes, when the eldest son dies, the second son becomes the heir, right? So this house will soon be ours. I heard he has 3 months to live after being hospitalized. We knew it was serious, but wow, it's really bad, isn't it?
How dare you?
What? Did I say something wrong? It's just common sense.
What's bad is your head. What kind of person are you?
Huh? Did I say something wrong? When the eldest son dies, the second son automatically inherits the family home, right?
Stop talking as if Thomas is already dead. He's fighting hard with his treatment. This is incredibly disrespectful.
Oh, please, don't be so sensitive. We're just being practical. But with only 3 months to live, treatment won't make any difference, will it? In situations like this, we need to act quickly before death occurs. Like they say, strike while the iron is hot.
What?
Besides, we've been looking at houses and the market is terrible. This is really lucky for us. The kids are getting bigger and we've been wanting a house. But there's no way we could afford to buy one. Even though this place is a bit old, it's quite spacious, so it'll work perfectly.
Lucky? You call my son's illness lucky?
Well, when you think about it practically.
Practically?
Yes, the timing couldn't be better. Our lease is almost up.
You are truly disrespectful people, using a family member's illness to satisfy your own greed.
Don't twist my words. I'm thinking of everyone's benefit here.
Everyone's benefit?
Of course. Think about it. You're getting older. This house is too big for you alone.
I'm not alone. Thomas is here.
Not for long, though, right? And then...
Then what?
How dare you say that? You'll be begging us to take over the house after Thomas dies anyway. We're coming this weekend, so make sure you're out of the house by then, Sarah.
What? Why should I leave my own house?
Oh, come on. You didn't think we'd want to live with you, did you?
This is my home.
Because I don't want to live with a mother-in-law. It's fine for Michael to inherit the house, but there's no way I'm living with you. We'll take the house, but you should go to a nursing home or something.
A nursing home?
Yes, there's a nice one just outside the city, very affordable.
What? You selfishly want the house but want me to leave? How self-centered can you be?
Just so you know, this isn't just my decision. Michael agrees too.
No way.
Of course it's true. Want to know what he said?
What did he say?
When I said I didn't want to live with you, he completely agreed. Said he absolutely doesn't want to live with his nagging mother either.
My own son said that?
Yes, he said you're always comparing him to Thomas.
You two are unbelievable. You haven't even visited Thomas since learning about his illness. Haven't shown any concern about his condition. All you care about is yourselves. How pathetic.
Visiting sick people is depressing. Besides, what's the point?
The point?
Shut up, you old hag. You just need to quietly obey the future heirs. We're taking this house. After the eldest son dies, you can go to a nursing home. Well, say something.
All right. I'll leave everything to you then.
Really? Oh, that was easier than I expected.
Yes, you made your position quite clear.
Pack your stuff quickly. You better be gone by the time we get there.
Yes, I'll pack and leave immediately. But I've one condition. In exchange for leaving, promise me you'll never contact us again.
Huh?
You heard me clearly.
What do you mean, never contact you?
I'll leave this house as you wish. In exchange, never come to us with requests or favors again, and no more daily support. Preferably don't contact us at all.
Are you saying you want to cut ties with us?
Do I need to spell it out more clearly?
But what about the grandchildren?
Weren't you just saying how depressing it would be to visit us?
Well, that's different. This is about inheritance.
Simply put, yes. In exchange for leaving, I want you to cut ties with both Thomas and me.
You can't be serious.
I've never been more serious.
That's totally fine with me. Actually, I am thrilled to cut ties with such a troublesome mother-in-law.
Perfect. We understand each other.
Finally, no more nagging about jobs and responsibility.
Then we have a deal? Now, I can leave this house without regrets. I'll leave your boxes somewhere in the house.
Thanks, we'll unpack ourselves. So just focus on getting out.
How thoughtful of you.
Just make sure you don't take anything that belongs to the house.
Well, of course not. I wouldn't want to start my new life with any reminders.
Sarah, answer your phone.
Hello?
What's going on, Sarah? We came to move in with the whole family today, but suddenly real estate agents showed up. They're trying to force us out, saying they need to proceed with the sale.
Rachel, didn't I tell you not to contact me after I left the house? How terrible of you to break our promise so quickly.
Forget about that. This is an emergency.
Is it?
That doesn't matter right now. Explain what's going on. The real estate agents say they were hired by you, the owner. What is this all about?
It's exactly as the agent said. I decided to sell the house for Thomas's treatment. When Thomas mentioned his treatment might cost more than expected, I thought it would be better to sell now rather than panic sell later. I decided to convert it to cash early. As you said, strike while the iron is hot.
You're using my own words against me?
They seemed so practical when you said them.
But that doesn't answer my question at all. Why are you selling it arbitrarily? You gave this house to your son's second family. How can you just sell it?
Given it? When exactly did that happen?
When you agreed to leave.
Oh, I never said I would give it to the second son's family. You told me to leave, so I'm leaving. I never once said I would give you the house. You misunderstood on your own, so stop getting angry about it.
What?
You seem surprised.
Of course I'm surprised. This isn't what we agreed to.
What exactly did we agree to? Please remind me.
That you would leave.
And I did leave. I never intended to give that house to you. You told me to leave, so I packed my bags and prepared to leave. And while preparing to leave, I also prepared to sell.
Then why did you accept our belongings?
Should I have left them in the rain?
Don't act innocent.
Well, that means nothing. You sent them on your own, and out of kindness, I let them stay. Just for the few days until the house sells, though.
This is ridiculous. Cancel the sale immediately. This house should go to the second son's family.
According to whom?
According to tradition, according to family values.
Oh, family values? Like kicking out your mother-in-law?
That's different. We need the space.
It's just your own arbitrary decision. Besides, I won't listen to any more requests from you. That was also part of our agreement when I left.
What agreement? What are you talking about?
Don't pretend you don't remember. In exchange for leaving, you agreed never to contact us again or make requests. You agreed to that, didn't you? You seem to be having trouble with your memory.
But...
So please, stop being so selfish and don't interfere with the real estate agents. If you cause too much trouble, they'll call the police.
Call the police?
Yes, trespassing is a serious offense.
But our things are still inside.
The agents will give you reasonable time to collect them. I hope you find a nice house where your whole family can live together soon.
Mom, pick up your phone.
Yes?
This is cruel, Mom. Why are you being so cold only to us, your second son's family?
My goodness, I've always tried to treat my children equally.
No, you're too cold to us. We're in such a trouble and you won't help. After that, we got kicked out by the real estate agents and had to stay in a hotel. We're already broke. How are we supposed to handle this?
Did you call just to complain?
We're sleeping in a hotel, Mom. A hotel.
Well, that's not my concern. We've cut ties, so please stop contacting me.
Why are you so cold? Cutting ties just because we wanted the house is too harsh. Mom, you've always been like this. Always favoring my brother and being cold to me.
Always been like this? Give me an example.
Like when we were kids. Thomas always got better grades.
Because he studied harder.
You always gave him more attention.
Ugh, what nonsense are you talking about? I'll say it again. I have always raised both of you equally. I let you both go to the universities you wanted. When you failed your college entrance exam and needed an extra year, did I ever object? I supported you financially without complaint. How is that being cold?
Well...
Should we talk about your university years?
What about them?
Who paid for your repeated course fees when you failed classes?
That was...
And what about your wedding? When you asked for help, I gave exactly what you requested. And during your married life, too. How is any of that being a cold parent?
But brother is always by your side. You give him more support than us, don't you?
Excuse me?
It's obvious. Brother never married, still lives at home. Until he was hospitalized, he was living off your pension, right? Sure, each time you help us, it might be a larger amount. But overall, you must have given him more support to him.
You really believe that?
Of course! He never moved out, never had to pay rent.
That's just your baseless assumption. Actually, Thomas has never relied on me financially. On the contrary, he's been paying all the living expenses.
What? Really?
Not just the bills. He maintains the house, helps with groceries. He even gives me spending money, always thanking me for doing the housework. If anything, I'm the one depending on him. Meanwhile, you two want the house but refuse to live with me, making selfish demands. When you get kicked out, you play the victim, saying I'm being cold to you. You and your brother are complete opposites. You're selfish and greedy.
It's not fair. I have my own family to think about.
Yes, I can see how well you're thinking about them.
Shut up! Once Thomas dies, I'll be your only son. You only have to rely on us in your old age. If you keep being mean like this, we won't help you then.
Help me in my old age? Oh, like you've been helping now?
This is different. We're just going through a rough patch.
I was never counting on you two anyway. I have enough saved for retirement, and Thomas will get better with proper treatment. He won't disappear in 3 months, so I have nothing to fear.
What are you talking about?
Which part confuses you?
Huh? Wait, isn't brother terminal with 3 months to live? But I definitely heard he was given 3 months.
From whom? The doctors? Did you visit him in the hospital?
Well, no, but Rachel said.
That was only if he received no treatment at all. The treatment is expensive, but with proper surgery, he'll be fine. Thomas's illness is curable.
Really?
Yes, once he was properly admitted to the hospital and fully examined, they found the disease progression was slower than expected. He'll definitely recover, so don't worry. The doctors assured us, too.
But Rachel said...
Perhaps if you'd visited your brother, you'd know the truth.
What? So I won't be the only son? No way! What am I going to do? I thought for sure you'd come crawling to us after brother died, even if we were estranged. I thought everything would become mine.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
What?
Your brother is fighting for his life, and all you can think about is inheritance?
That's not what I meant.
That will absolutely never happen. More importantly, you should worry about your own health and your future life.
My health? What do you mean?
I received some documents for you from Aunt Mary. Apparently you had a health check before quitting your job. The results came in and the numbers are frighteningly high. I believe it says you need to go to the hospital immediately.
What? That kind of envelope is terrifying.
Perhaps now you understand how your brother felt.
But it's probably nothing serious.
Like Thomas's illness was nothing serious?
That's different. I feel fine.
Hopefully it's just a matter of detailed examination. Well, whatever happens, you'll have to handle it yourselves. Since we're estranged, it's none of my business.
Mom, you can't be serious.
Why not? Isn't this what you wanted?
You're kidding, right? Even if they find something seriously wrong with me, you won't help? Won't you help us with the money from selling the house?
But we've cut ties, remember?
That was Rachel's idea. I never agreed.
Oh? So you didn't agree when she said you didn't want to live with your nagging mother?
I was just angry.
No way.
Mom, please. What if something's serious?
Then you should start looking for a job with good health insurance.
But what about the treatment cost?
The house was old anyway, and I was thinking of moving somewhere new. Once Thomas recovers, we might move to a nice apartment. Well then, good luck with Rachel. You have children to protect after all. It's time you showed them what responsible parents look like. Michael's detailed examination revealed a large tumor. While surgery would resolve the issue, he was terrified, facing a serious illness for the first time. He sent tearful apologies, saying, "I never knew illnesses could be so frightening. What horrible things I said when my brother was hospitalized." However, since Thomas had already blocked the second son's family, the apologies never reached him. After surgery, both Michael and Rachel finally started seriously looking for jobs. They found work at a local supermarket and factory, respectively. For the first time in their adult lives, they held jobs for more than a year. The experience of illness had changed their perspective on life and responsibility. As for Thomas, his treatment is almost complete. The doctors are optimistic about his full recovery. Sarah is currently living in an apartment near the hospital to watch over Thomas, and once he's discharged, mother and son plan to support each other while living in a nice new apartment. They occasionally hear about Michael's family through relatives, but maintain their distance, having found peace in their quieter life together.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, what the heck is the matter with you, huh? Why were you hanging around one of our important clients? I mean, really, just who do you think you are acting that way, huh? You really have some nerve coming around here and trying to talk to my clients like that. Hello, Paula. All you have to say, I didn't expect to run into you. In fact, I was hoping that the last time that I saw you was the last time that you and I would ever have the displeasure on interacting ever again. I know, right? The last time I saw you was at a high school graduation about 10 years ago. Who knew I would bump into you again like that? And at my workplace, out of all places. But I guess that you were always in my shadow, skulking around even back then. So I guess it's safe to say that not all much has even changed for you since we last ran into each other. Isn't that right? Yep, I was definitely surprised to say the least. I really thought that I had seen the last of you. But I guess it's good to know that you're still the same condescending bully that you were all those years ago, even now. But I guess the world is funny like that. I would have never thought to run into you at my husband's company of all places. Wait, what? Your husband's company? What are you talking about? I didn't know that you got married, and are you really trying to tell me that you're married to the man who owns the company that I work at? Well, I actually got married last year, and the man I got married to owns the company you saw me at. So, I guess if you're saying that's where you work, then I suppose that is exactly what I'm telling you. In fact, he told me that he had forgotten some important documents at home, so I was just dropping those off. I wasn't trying to make a scene or bother anyone, just running a little errand for him is all. I guess that his secretary was sick and called out, so he didn't have anybody else that he could ask, but I'm more than happy to help him out when I can. It really is the least that I can do for him. No, this can't be right. You've got to be lying. I mean, are you actually telling me that you're married to the company president? I don't even know what to think about this. This is just outrageous. No way is this actually true. It just can't. And just any company president, but the company of one of our most valuable partners? How in the world did someone like you manage that? First of all, I would like to remind you that I am also a representative of this company as well. So I would just be a little bit more careful about the way that you talk to me. I assume that if you understand the position that I'm in, that you wouldn't want to go risk ruining your reputation by trying to attack mine. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you right now? So then, you really help out your husband with all of his businesses? I mean, you're really not lying to me at all about any of what you just said. You really are married to the head of this company and you help him with all his work all of the time? I mean, I don't know if I would say that I'm doing that all the time. It's not something I try and fully up my schedule with. The work that I can do for the company I usually do when he asks of it of me, but I normally stay at home and take care of our family. It's only now that then he asked me to run an errand like this for him. So there aren't actually many days when I'm really going into the office. Like I said, I prefer to stay at home, doing my own thing and spending time with my family while my husband is away. I actually just happened to be in there at the same time that you happened to show up, so it really is just a coincidence that we ran into each other. I see. Well, you certainly haven't changed, haven't you? You aren't that little crybaby that wouldn't stop yelling after she found out I stole her boyfriend from her. Instead, you're an uppity snob who thinks they're better than me because of who their husband is. I really can't believe that you're going to try and just ride on the coattails of some man because you weren't successful enough to make something out of your own life. Do you really think I've changed that much since back then? I really don't know. I mean, I would like to think that I have changed in all of those years, but I guess it's always nice to get some outside perspective. Of course, I do remember how much it hurt me when I found out what you had done. Even though I've moved on, that's still a painful memory that my brain will choose to show me when I can't go to sleep late at night for no reason. So yes, perhaps I have grown up and matured from this just a little. At least I don't have the same personality that I had in high school, and at least I'm not cruel like you. And I guess I learned that there are a lot of fish in the sea, so it wasn't really worth crying over a guy who cheated on me anyways. You really must think that the world revolves all around you now, huh? You really have changed. You're not the shy little loser that you have used to be, I'll give you that much. But it's obvious to me that you've let who you married to go straight to your head and think that it gives you the right to talk down to the rest of us like you're royalty and we're all just lowly peasants here to serve you. After all, I remember even after I stole your boyfriend, you still had the guts to show your ugly face in school day after that. Oh man, I'm actually starting to crack up laughing just thinking about how we used to be back then. You were really such a loser, and I know that deep down, you're still the exact same loser that you've always been. That's fine. If you think it's funny, you should laugh. After all, it's all behind us now. Or at least it is for me. It seems to me like you're still stuck in the past in a lot of ways, Paula. But I'm afraid that your petty bullying just isn't going to work on me anymore. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I know that I've changed, but it seems like you've stayed the same. Or maybe you've only gotten worse. You really are such a bore now, do you know that? But you're right. The past is the past, and I need to be thinking about what to do next. What to do next? What do you mean by that? Is that supposed to be some kind of threat? Because I'll be honest with you, I really don't want there to be a next time at all. In fact, if it were up to me, I wouldn't even be carrying on this text conversation, which you seem to insist on dragging out like this. Well, I just wonder how you react if I stole your husband like I stole your boyfriend. That would just really crush you. Are you serious? I mean, really, how are you, an adult, and acting like this? It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Even if you were still going to be a jerk to me, why do you have to be so immature? Of course I am. I've made up my mind, and I know what I have to do. So you can kiss your little marriage goodbye. I'm going to steal your husband and turn you back into that crying, scared little girl you were in high school. Then you'll be so crushed that you'll think twice about trying to get with a guy above your post. You might think that you're safe, but you're not. I know that deep down you're still the same insecure little loser that you've always been, and that you'll never be able to do better than me in life. You might have pulled ahead with this little fluke, but it's nothing. I really can't believe you that you're actually telling me all of this. I mean, even if I believe that you were going to do something like this, I don't get why you're just telling me your plan. Oh, come on! Did you really think you were going to get your happily ever after with this guy? That's just a novice. Besides, if any deserve that kind of life, it's me. You may have fallen in with this guy by chance, but when it comes to stealing men away from their partners, no one is better than me. And then once I've made your husband mine, I'll be the wife of the company president.
Hey, Angela. I just wanted to thank you again for your help today. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't brought in those documents.
I'm just glad I was able to be of some help to you today. It really wasn't that difficult at all for me. You know, I'm always happy to be there. It had been so long since the last time I was in there that I had forgotten how big the building and how many people are actually working there. It reminds me of a train station or something sometimes. I always get so nervous walking through those big entrance doors. I do sometimes forget just how big your office building is.
Well, you know that we're actually working on an expansion project right now, right? By the way, who was it you were talking to in the office today? Did you run into someone that you knew or something like that? It just seemed like the two of you knew each other, and I don't think I remember seeing you shake hands or anything like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was actually a girl I used to go to high school with. Although I think you should know that I didn't say that she was a friend. In fact, if anything, she was a horrible bully to me. Apparently, she is working with a company that you partner with. I mean, when I learned that, it was like the stars had aligned in the worst way possible.
Oh, I see. Well, wow, what a coincidence. Sometimes the world's just a little too small, don't you think? Seems like you guys had quite a bit to talk about. But anyways, I'd love to hear about your day. How about I take you out to dinner to say thanks for helping me out? I'd really appreciate it if you could let me do this for you. I feel like it's been so long since you and I were able to go on a nice quiet date by ourselves. Plus that way you can tell me all about this woman who you ran into and what you two were like in high school together.
Oh, you don't have to do that, Chris. And as for that woman, I'll be happy if I never see her again. And quite frankly, I'm not even sure if I would want to even talk about her. I just have so many horrible memories associated with her at this point.
Wow, so things between you must have been really, really bad then, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push or anything like that. It's just that I don't think that you've ever mentioned this person to me. Of course, I don't want to pry if you really don't want to talk about her at all, but now I just feel like I want to know all the more.
But I have told you about her before, don't you remember? I had mentioned her to you before. She was the girl from high school who stole my boyfriend from me. I had really hoped that I would never have to deal with her again. Until today, that is.
You mean that was her? So what I thought was you having a friendly conversation was really... Wow. Well, I guess I really just didn't think that I'd ever hear about that woman ever again either. I don't really know what to say at all right now. What a crazy coincidence.
That's right. I've done my best to avoid her ever since we graduated. I was not expecting to run into her at all. But when I did, I guess I just kind of froze up. Anyways, I ended up mentioning to her that you and I were married.
Oh, wow. I'm really sorry that happened then. And to think that you wouldn't have managed to avoid her if I hadn't asked that favor of you.
You really don't need to blame yourself. After all, I'm not the person I was back then, and I'm so happy to be married to you. But I just think that you should be careful, okay? Because apparently Paula decided to make you her next target.
Her next target? What does that mean? Why should I be careful?
Well, she threatened to try and steal you from me like she did with my boyfriend in high school. I guess she wants to take my place as the wife of the company president.
What? Are you serious? What is this lady's deal?
That is what I'm saying. This is why I was trying to avoid her for this long. If she hasn't improved at all since high school, then I think it's fair to say that she's only gotten worse.
I mean, it's one thing to pull that kind of thing in high school, but we're all adults now, and she works for a company that we partner with? What is she thinking trying to get with a married man like me? That's just so stupid. I mean, does she not realize the effect that trying something like that could have on her career over there?
I don't really think that she is that kind of person to think before she speaks, but I also doubt that she would change her mind once she's announced that she's going to do something. That's why I'm telling you to be careful.
Right. Well, I guess I'll keep my eye out for her and try to stay away. Thank you so much for warning me about this. I really don't want to get sucked into any of this lady's scheme, so I'll be careful.
Just thought you should know that your husband is all mine now, so be a good girl and let me marry your company president husband. I already have the divorce paperwork all drawn up, so let's not drag this out, okay? What in the world are you talking about this time? You'd find out soon enough, so I'm just telling you now. I have stolen your husband, and now he's obsessed with me. Of course, I'm not all that surprised that a man like him would see the value in being with a woman like me. Literally, what in the world are you talking about, Paula? I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Remember how I told you I was going to steal your husband? Well, I've gone and done it. And now we're going to get married and I'll be the wife of the company president. Are you sure that you've gone and done it? Because I don't think you have. In fact, I know that my husband would never ever betray me like that, so please be serious with me. If you don't want to believe me, then that's your fault. But it's the truth. Your husband is head over heels in love with me, and as proof, he even invited me out for a lovely dinner date last night. So what do you think about that? You're telling me that my husband invited you out on a date? And you really think that I'm just going to believe that something like that would ever in a million years actually happen? That's right! I had tried sending him so many messages and emails, and he never got back to me at all. So I decided it would be the best to talk to him face to face. I went into the building to go to his office and we ended up riding the same elevator by chance. I took that chance to tell him who I was and confess my feelings for him. You confessed your feelings to my husband? Are you serious? You really need to get your head checked if you think that's even remotely okay to do. That's right. And then he said that he liked my passion and invited me to a lovely restaurant with a view of the city. That means that he likes me back. And that's why, I'm so sorry to say, but the two of us are going to spend one hot night together. As for you, well, you can just enjoy a lonely night at home all by yourself. I don't know what you're talking about, but my husband is not going on any date with you. I can guarantee you that as his wife right now. And I certainly don't think he said anything to express that he had feelings for you. I am sure that you were just reading way into whatever he was trying to say and get out talking with you. So, I'm still not quite sure why you think that you've successfully stolen him from me. It sounded to me like all you've really done is humiliate yourself in front of him. If he had even invited you to dinner, I wouldn't read too much into that either. Like I said, I'm sure that he was just saying whatever he thought it would make you leave him. You really just don't understand anything at all, do you? Why would a man invite someone other than his wife out for dinner? Obviously, it's because he's much more attracted to that woman than he is his own wife. Are you serious? I mean, really, please tell me that you're not serious about that. Are you even reading what you're sending to me? Do you actually believe any of what you're saying at all? Of course, the only reason a man would go out to eat with a woman who wasn't his wife is as if he wasn't trying to have an affair with her. Sure, he might understand that others might see doing something like that as a taboo, but the fact that he invited me proves just how much he really likes me. And if he likes me enough to go on a public date with me, then you and him are as good as done. He doesn't like you anymore. We're going to get married, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so, just like I stole your boyfriend in high school, now I've stolen your company president husband. So why don't you start crying already, you loser? The only crying that's happening is out of laughter. My husband and I are both cracking up at these. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean that he's laughing? I don't understand what you're trying to get at with this. This doesn't make any sense to me. I mean that we're laughing so much that tears are streaming down our faces. It hurts to laugh. Oh man, we were actually laughing so hard. I think I just pulled something. This is just too funny. I told you that you were just embarrassing yourself this whole time. Now hold on just one moment. What do you mean that your husband is there with you? That also doesn't make any sense at all. Nothing of what you're saying is adding up. Of course he is. The office is closed today and he didn't have anything in his schedule book. We just ordered pizza and have been staying at home basically all day. Wait, but then I don't get it. Why is he choosing to have dinner with you and not me? He told me that he was going to take me out to an amazing restaurant with a view of the city. It's only a little longer until time when him and I were supposed to meet. He's not really going to ditch me, is he?
You really need to wake up and live in reality with the rest of us. I never once said that I was going out to dinner with you.
Wait a second. Is this Mr. Masterson?
That's right, and I must say I was blown away by our interaction in the elevator. I mean, you basically cornered me and refused to let me off until I agreed to what you were saying. Do you really think that that's appropriate behavior at work? Do you treat other coworkers that way? You forced me to ask you out to dinner, but I was never actually going to go through with that, and if you really thought that I was going to go out with you after that, then I think you've got more issues than you think.
Wait a second. I don't get it. I thought that you were asking me out because you liked me. I thought that you were really wanting to take me out. This was supposed to be my one and big shot with you.
I only asked you out because I wanted to get off the damn elevator. I had a very important conference call that I was trying to make, and I wasn't gonna let you hold me up.
But, I mean, this can't be right. There has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be happening to me. I can't lose to Angela. I'm always supposed to win.
It wasn't right. I don't even remember what time I said we'd meet or where. I mean, didn't you think that was a pretty big sign that I was just saying what I needed to in order to get out of there?
That can't be right. You said that you were going to meet me in an hour. You promised me. I was getting ready for our date.
Well, okay then, wait an hour and see if I show up anywhere. Just don't be surprised if your boss shows up instead of me.
My boss? What are you talking about? Why would he be there? I don't understand what's going on here at all.
I know that I said that I'd think of a place with a good view of the city, but I certainly didn't say I'd make a reservation. Anyways, the place I had in mind was your boss's office. He has quite a good view of the city at night, right?
My boss's office? What are you talking about? Wait a second. My boss's car just pulled up. What the heck is going on here? I thought that you were obsessed with me, and that's why you wanted to go out on a date with me, right? I thought that you were trading Angela in for me.
Why in the world would I ever want to be with someone like you, especially when I'm already in a happy, loving marriage with my wife? You spammed my email with all kinds of crazy messages and cornered me in an elevator in my own company. You can bet that I showed your boss all those emails and the security footage of the elevator. He's the one who suggested speaking with you.
Did he really just said that? Why would you do this to me?
I was willing to overlook the emails, to be honest with you, but I didn't think that you'd actually try and confront me face to face. And I figured that if I was going to be dealing with someone willing to do that I'd need to bring in some extra support.
So that's why you went and told my boss about what I was doing? I thought that we were going to keep our love private at first. How could you go and get my boss involved in what was supposed to happen between you and I?
You still just don't get it at all, do you? I'm the president of a company that's very important to the survival of your company. Did you really think anything positive was going to come out of harassing me like you did?
But, I mean, I didn't think I was harassing you.
If you really didn't think that was harassment, then you're only making me feel better about involving your boss. In fact, we were going to try and handle this during work hours, but I told him about this business with the elevator and fake date, and he agreed to talk to you now.
This can't be happening. Things weren't supposed to go this way. Please, you have to help me. Can't we just calm down and talk about this? Surely you must see how much prettier I am than Angela, right? I'm much more suited to be the wife of the company president.
If anyone needs to calm down and think things through, it's you. Besides, why would I want to be with you again after all of this time?
Be with me again? What are you talking about?
You really don't remember? We used to date in high school. We had actually been dating about a year before you left me. In fact, I remember the day that you left me because it was actually the day you told me you were with Angela's ex-boyfriend. Well, anyway, it turns out that Angela and I were in some after-school clubs together, and that experience helped push us closer.
Wait a second, you mean you're Chris? From high school?
Ding, ding, ding! I had actually completely forgotten about you until Angela brought you up. It took a while for it all to come back to me, but if you thought that someone like you could ever replace Angela, you're crazy. I mean, do you really think that adults act like that? We're not in school anymore, and you need to realize that.
But what's going on? I had no idea that you owned your own company. You're so different to how you used to be.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that people change over time. I'd like to think that most people improve, but you've shown me it's possible for people to only get worse as well. Anyways, I don't want to keep your boss waiting any longer than he needs to. And while you deal with whatever consequences he's thought up for you, I'm going to enjoy a lovely, quiet night in with my wife. Have a nice life, Paula.
After that, Chris was informed by Angela's boss that after their discussion, he had decided to let her go. What happened next really shocked me. It turns out that Angela was actually carrying on an affair with her boss and that his wife was quite suspicious. The wife hired a PI to uncover more about her husband's affair and found out about him and Paula. Then, she sued the both of them for their affair. Meanwhile, other of Angela's affairs came to light and lawsuits from upset spouses began to pour in. In the end, Paula was buried in legal debts that she couldn't afford and lacked the income to pay them off. She quickly started working on some part-time jobs and moved into a tiny apartment where she can afford to make payments on her debts. Paula thought that as an adult she could act the way she did when she was nothing but a high school bully. She may have gotten away with it for a little, but her luck was about to run out. Ever since then, Paula has been too busy to ever try and bother us again. But that works just fine for Chris and I, and we could not be happier.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, Daisy, are you there? What do you think you're doing missing New Year's with the family? You should be at my parents' house with the rest of us. Happy New Year's to you too, Lily. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it over to the house. I'm sure you heard from your brother, but something very important came up for me and I wasn't able to go. What could possibly be more important than spending New Year's Eve with family? I'm sorry, but I had to work. In fact, I know a lot of people who had to work through the holiday. I know that some people have to work through the holidays, but why would someone who doesn't even have a college degree like you need to? What kind of job could you possibly have that wouldn't give you the day off today? I mean, I don't think my level of education matters. Lots of places stay open for the new year. But if you really want to know, I'm in charge of a big project in the office and I had some work I needed to get done on it. You really expect me to believe that you're in charge of anything? Why don't you just stop with all these excuses already and come back home? It really is just unacceptable that you're not here to help us celebrate right now. I really don't know why we always have to do things like this, Lily, especially after we've talked about this before. But I really don't like the way that you always harp on the fact that I didn't go to college. You always use that as a way to look down on me, and I really don't appreciate it. I mean, do you realize that I'm sending your parents, and by extension you, $1,500 a month? What are you talking about? I know that that money doesn't come from you. Obviously, that money that I use to pay for my school comes from my brother. How dare you even try to take credit for that? What's the matter with you? Are you serious? Is that really what you think? I know it, actually, and I know that you don't make enough to be sending that kind of money. So how about you just stop making all of these excuses and get over here already? Don't you realize how disrespectful you're being by not being here?
Daisy, are you there? I really am so sorry about what my sister was lying to you. I tried to explain to her about why you wouldn't be able to come, but I guess even my parents were calling you.
That's right. I actually wasn't able to get any work done thanks to them.
You mean they were calling and messaging you that much?
That's right. I finally had to mute both of them because my phone wouldn't stop going off. I'm sorry, but I really just don't want to talk about this until you get home.
I understand, but still, I just wanted to say how sorry I am for my family. I really did try to make them understand, but nobody listened to what I had to say.
Well, then you can't blame yourself for that. Besides, it was mostly just your sister making fun of me for not going to college. She was bragging about how everyone in your family went to such fancy colleges. And then was going on about how I'll never be able to find a good job with no degree.
I really just don't get Lily sometimes. She just has such outdated views of people that don't seem to change no matter what. Honestly, it probably would have been best if I stayed at home with you and didn't bother coming here.
Oh, what are you talking about? Of course you shouldn't have done that. Your parents love you very much, and I know that if you didn't go, it would hurt them a lot. I'm just sorry that your sister and I can't seem to get along no matter what I try.
Well, I'm starting to reach the limits of patience with her as well. I mean, we make sure that you and I are there for every other family event, so I don't get why she has to treat you this way for missing one little day, especially when you have work that you need to do.
No, but well, I wish we could have been together today, but we're always so busy and our schedules never match up.
I know, and even when we do have time off together, we always end up spending it visiting my family. I think I'll have to try talking to Lily one more time about this. She can't keep behaving this way and thinking that she can get away with it.
Well, I really am grateful for how upset you're being on my account. In fact, that's really all I care about with all of this.
Of course I'm mad about this. You're my wife, and my sister shouldn't be allowed to look down at you like this. Especially since you do so much for her by paying for her school. I've explained this to Lily over and over again, but she thinks I'm just making excuses for you.
Well, I suppose she has it in her head that there's no way someone who doesn't have a college degree could send money like I do every month. But she also has no idea that I make over $100,000 a year.
I know, and I have tried to tell my family the situation over and over again, but I think if they won't listen, then I'll have to tell them I'm never visiting home again, because I don't want to be around so-called family if all they're going to do is either make fun of you or not stand up for you.
Are you really sure that you want to do this?
Of course I'm sure. If they're not going to change, then we need to do something. Besides, I want to be able to spend the time that we have off together. I'll talk to my work and try to arrange it so that I can take some time off and you and I can be together.
If you're really sure about this, then I'll try and get my work done quickly too. Then hopefully we can match up these days that we'll take off together.
Perfect. In fact, tomorrow, why don't I take you out for a nice New Year's date?
What have you done? John just messaged me and said that he wasn't going to be coming over. He said that he was never going to be coming to visit home again. You mean he really did it? Oh, here I thought he might still go. But wow. Well, at least I know that John really knows how to keep his word. What are you talking about? This is the worst. Do you have any idea how much this is going to crush my parents? My brother can't just cancel on us like this out of the blue. This is going to ruin the whole holiday. Well, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. It sounds like you should be talking to your brother. After all, did you even ask him why it is that he wouldn't be going this year? Of course I asked him why he was doing this to us. He told me it was because you don't like how I teased you about not going to college. And he said that you two already spend enough time out of the year visiting home. You did actually hear the reason, but I take it that wasn't enough to convince you? Do I seem convinced to you? My brother isn't going to be home this New Year's Eve because you don't like a little teasing. Well, it's not my fault that a failure like you married into a family full of so many accomplished people. You need to grow a thicker skin. You really just don't learn at all, do you? And I have no idea what John was talking about with coming home too often. We're a family. We should be together as much as possible. John doesn't live at home anymore, so it's only natural that he should be spending all of his time off coming to visit us here. And do you have any idea just how expensive it is having to travel to visit your parents so often in a single year? How much we spend on eating out and gifts and all that? By the time you account for a trip there and back for the two of us, airfare alone is usually around $1,500. And so what? Who cares about how much it costs to see family? That should be nothing, especially since John works for such a huge company. What do you mean by that? Wait a second. I know what's going on here. This is all a part of a plan of yours to prevent him from ever coming home again. You're mad that John is spending his money on visiting his family and not on you. That's why you're trying to keep him from visiting us. Well, I am not going to let you get away with this. You can mark my words. I really don't even know what to say to any of that. You think you can just use my brother for his money? Well, you've got another thing coming, I can tell you that much. He should have never married a woman like you. You're just trying to rob him blind. Wow, you have really taken this whole thing to another level. But I'll have you know that I was the one shelling out the money for all of the visits home. That's a lie, and we both know it. I know you could never manage to do something like that. You just keep calling John's money your money. But you didn't earn it, and so it's not yours. I won't let you keep leeching off my brother. You won't ever lay another finger on a penny of his again. You really think that I'm a parasite on your brother? Is that really how you see things? Of course. Who else would I be talking about? You didn't go to college, you only have a high school diploma, and yet you talk as though you're the one that pays for anything. You're nothing but my brother's gold-digging wife, and don't forget it, you won't get away with this.
Okay, Lily, I really think that you need to calm down right now. In fact, I think that you might be confused about a lot of what goes on between your brother and
I haven't gotten anything wrong at all, and I am not going to listen to your lies.
I'm not lying when I say that I work very hard and contribute a lot to your parents and you. As for John not going to see you all this year, that was his own decision. I never asked him to do that at all. He came up with that all by himself.
No, you're lying to me. You're always lying to me. I know that you're nothing but a gold digger. I'll never listen to the lies of a bottom feeder like you. But if you're not going to own up to the truth, I'll have to take matters into my own hands to save my brother.
And just what are you trying to save him from?
You, of course. I'm trying to save him from you, and I'll do that by convincing him to divorce you. I'll make him see that you're nothing but a leech and convince him to leave you far behind where you can't take advantage of him anymore.
Okay, Lily, now this is really just getting to be ridiculous.
I know that I've got you scared now. You can't even defend yourself. And soon you'll have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. After all, I know that the town hall accepts divorce paperwork year-round with no days off.
Wait a second. What do you mean? How are you supposed to divorce John and I?
Oh, you poor stupid little thing. You see, I already sent out the divorce papers 35 minutes ago. You and my brother are already done. It's only a matter of time before he realizes that he doesn't need you anymore.
Hold on a second. Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. And now that you know that you and my brother are no longer married, I want you to pack up your things and leave. After all, I don't care where you end up since I get all the money I need from my brother anyways. You've always been a dead weight around here.
Okay then, but I guess this means I'll stop paying for your schooling.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how I'm really at my limit with you, Lily. You keep making fun of me and disrespecting me. And now you're even saying that you've submitted paperwork to divorce me from your brother? I just don't see why I should show you any more patience after all of this.
Oh, please. And what could someone like you even do, huh? I know it's my brother who sends my parents and I money. You can't threaten me with that. Especially since you and my brother are divorced now, remember? So now there's really nothing you can do.
You really need to learn to stop getting so far ahead of yourself. I'll have you know that I already told John about what you've done, and he's talking to the county courthouse right now. Then he's coming back home.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I mean that I really don't think you have any idea at all just how lucky you are. Not just you, but your parents as well. But all that is going to come to an end, and I don't care how much you cry to me about it. Nothing is going to change my mind.
You can't do this to me. It's not fair. I had no idea that you were the one sending my family money this whole time. But it's already been a week since we normally get the money, and it still hasn't come. You have to send us the money right away.
What do you think you're doing talking to me like this, Lily? Better yet, why are you coming to me about this when it's been John sending you the money? You should go and talk to your brother about this, not me.
I tried. I messaged him and he told me that he was never ever sending us money in the first place. He told me that this whole time it was you sending us the money.
Oh, really? And you actually believed what he had to tell you about that? Because this isn't the first time that he's said this and you just never listened to him.
That's because I really thought that he was lying. I thought that he was just giving you credit for everything. But now John won't even answer me anymore. Please, you're all that I have left. I don't have anyone else who I can come to for help.
Give me a break, Lily. I thought I told you to leave Daisy and I alone. You brag so much about getting to go to your niece's school, but you hardly have the brains to show for it.
Wait a second. Is this John?
Of course it is, and I told you that I was going to block you on everything. Not only that, but I told you that Daisy won't be sending you any more money. So how about you just leave us alone already? We're not in the mood to listen to you whine to us. In fact, I'm going to tell Daisy to block you too.
Wait, you can't do this to me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Please don't block me. I just really need this money. You have to understand. I really did think that it was my brother sending money to us this whole time. How am I supposed to pay for school without your help now?
I don't care, and it isn't my problem, so quit bothering us with this. Even if she did choose to forgive you, I still wouldn't send you any more money.
You aren't serious, are you? You wouldn't really do that to us, right? But I just, please, John, you have to know that I really had no idea it was Daisy that was sending the money. But if she doesn't keep sending it, then I won't be able to graduate. I mean, I knew that she worked for some big company or something, but I thought she was just a nobody. I had no idea she could afford to send so much money to us. But I really had no idea about any of this at all. But the money always came in through someone's credit card, and I just always thought it was yours. You mean all of my plans have come to nothing?
After giving Lily a piece of his mind, John blocked her on every single thing we could think of. Later, I heard through the grapevine that Lily asked her school to allow her a break in her schooling so that she could raise money to continue her degree. Meanwhile, her parents were freaking out since John's decided to stop talking to his parents as well. His parents were furious at Lily for effectively ruining the relationship between her brother and her parents. They demanded that if she was going to be living with them, that she would need to find a job and contribute to the household. I heard that because of all the hours of work Lily had to do, she was forced to drop out of her program. In fact, I've heard that Lily and her parents have all become recluses, Lily only leaving the house to go to work and come back. As for John and I, although it was tough for him to cut off communication from his family, he always said that it was his decision and he was glad that he made it. Thankfully, without as many visits to his parents' house, we've been able to spend much more quality time together. It had been an issue for us for so long that to have it suddenly solved was almost surprising. But we have been making the most of our newfound time together and always trying to make sure that we do something fun. I think that John has come a long way in coming to terms with his decision, and I think we're all finally starting to act like our old selves again. And having the extra money from not doing as much traveling and sending money doesn't hurt either.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
What do you think about my wedding dress? Seeing your daughter for the first time in 10 years in a wedding dress must be such a weird feeling for you. Yeah, a weird feeling. Not a good one though. You sent me pictures out of nowhere without any warning. Plus you're the one who left. I have no positive thoughts towards a person like that. Uh-huh. What's with that cold attitude? Afterwards, I decided to be nice and send you a photo. That's all you have to say to the child you gave birth to? You could at least congratulate me on the wedding. Can't you try to be civil? Oh, this isn't just some cosplay shoot? Wow, I didn't know you were actually getting married, Kiana. Of course I am. That dress is the one I picked out for the ceremony that's taking place next month. Well, I see a daughter who abandons their mother still can get married. God, you sound so condescending. This is the exact reason why Dad and I left you. Huh? I sent the same picture to Ashley and got a way better reaction than you. She called me the prettiest daughter she's ever had. She's way more of a mother than my actual birth mother is. Glad you guys are getting along so well. I bet you're so jealous that your daughter gets along better with their stepmother. Dad is still a hard-working man that he is, providing for his family to bring us such comfort. Ashley, the beautiful mother who I look up to, is still modeling. We're such a happy family. I'm so glad to be with them. So different from when you were there. One big happy family, huh? A man who cheated on his wife and a daughter who grew attached to them both. You guys are the cruel family who laughed in my face as you kicked me out of the house. No matter what you say, all I hear is the complaints of a loser. If you're that butthurt over it, then why don't you just try getting a better life than us, even though that's practically impossible for you? What did you say to me? Well, that's all your adorable daughter had to report on. I had the decency to tell you about the wedding, so at least be nice enough to send me something. Even if I did leave you, you're still my birth mother, so I am expecting something nice from you, okay? Brady, When are you planning on telling Kiana the truth about her actual mother? She still treats me like I'm her actual birth mother still.
What?
She texted me just a while ago. She told me that she was expecting something from me as her birth mother to celebrate her engagement. Why is this still happening? Didn't you promise to tell her after we separated?
Well, you see, I had a lot going on at the time. I was gonna tell her eventually, but then as I waited too long, the chance kinda slipped away.
Stop with the excuses and tell her already. Me and her are not related in any way. She is the child of your infidelities, which I overlooked and decided to raise as if she were my own. She's already getting married. Stop keeping this important piece of information from her.
I got it already. I've been wanting to tell her as well.
Just to be sure, Ashley is also aware of this, right? You were the one who told me that you'll talk to them both about this.
I also had some things going on that prevented me from telling her as well.
You're hopeless, withholding really important information like this from them. I no longer want to be involved with all of you guys, so do me this one last favor and tell them. Hey sis, did you get the invitation to Kiana's wedding? You haven't given us a response, but you're definitely coming, right? Not really, no. I have no reason to attend that girl's wedding. Huh. Why would a stranger have to go to that? That wedding has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Stranger is a bit harsh. You're Kiana's birth mother. What? You heard about the wedding from Kiana, right? So I decided to be nice and have you invited to it as well. I bet you're happy to be able to attend your daughter's wedding. Hang on, Brady still hasn't told you guys yet? Told us what? Oh, wait, did you tell him that you're not going? Well, I'm not allowing that to happen. Your attendance is mandatory for this wedding. Okay, sis? If you don't come, we won't have enough money. What money? Haha, well you see, we went a bit over the budget of the wedding, so we figured that you, the birth mother, should also assist in the payments. If you could give us about $10,000, that would help a bunch. Why would I give you $10,000 as a gift? Well, the groom's parents said that they pay for the entire wedding, so all we have to pay for is the dress. Kiana wants to switch 3 colors throughout the ceremony and picked out 3 dresses, which can be a bit pricey for us, especially since all of those are from famous brands. The total cost is about $30,000. Okay, so either decrease the number of dresses or pick ones within your budget. We can't do that. It's Kiana's wedding. As her mother, I want this to be a special occasion. So help us out here, sis. Help out your sister and your adorable daughter. Uh-huh. Kiana says she barely has any money saved, so we're the ones who have to help her pay out. But $30,000 is a bit too harsh on our wallets, so you paying $10,000 will help us out. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not paying a single cent. Why are you being so mean? I'm allowing you to attend your daughter's wedding. $10,000 is more than enough as a thanks for my kindness. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be invited in the first place. I didn't ask for an invitation, nor did I even want one. Who would want to go to a wedding of a daughter like that? Gosh, you're being so rude. You went through all the struggles to give birth to her. You should be happy for her. There is no way a mother wouldn't want to see them getting married, even if your daughter left you and chose me instead. You keep running your mouth, but maybe you should start listening better. I have no feelings of motherly love towards that girl. Her wedding is nothing to me, and I don't want to give her anything. Even if you say that, you're still going to attend, right? It's your precious daughter's wedding. Of course you would. I'll have a special seat prepared for you. I'll see you there and make sure you bring the money. Okay, I'll be sure to tell her actual birth mother that. Huh? I'll be sure to send this invitation to her as well as tell her about the money she needs to bring. That's what you wanted, right? Her actual birth mother. What are you talking about? You're the one who gave birth to Kiana. She's the daughter of you and Brady. That's where you're wrong. I only raised her as my child, but I never gave birth to her. Anyways, I'll be sure to tell your friend Amanda all about the wedding and how she's allowed to attend it. What? Hang on. Why in the world is my best friend's name being tossed into this conversation? That's because she's Kiana's birth mother. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear the news. As you said, there is no mother who wouldn't want to see their daughter's wedding, right? Whoa. What's going on here? I don't understand what you're trying to say here. That's fair. I'm sure it'll be shocking to hear the news all of a sudden, which is why I told Brady to tell you guys immediately. I guess he really was planning on hiding this information from you guys forever. Wait, sis, explain everything to me, please. You're really not Kiana's birth mom? Yep, that's really not me. I think it was around our second year of being married. Brady came home with a random baby. He told me that this is the child from when he cheated and asked if we could raise the child together. What? Of course, I was shocked over this random bomb and sad about having been cheated on. But this isn't the baby's fault and they were cute. I can still remember all those mixed emotions that I had. In the end, I forgave him and decided that I will raise this child and show we can still be a happy family. You raise a stranger's baby after only 2 years of marriage, especially when the child is the product of your husband's infidelity. I had given that child as much love and care as I could, but then Brady cheated again with my own sister nonetheless. Plus, Kiana decided to leave me behind and go with you guys instead. I was beyond anger or sadness that day. Just really numb. Wait, so when did you find out that she's the child of my best friend? You never mentioned seeing her before. Yeah, I never met her. But that's because Brady didn't want us to. Plus, he told me that after she gave birth, she just ran off. Ran off? Which is why I didn't know about her actual birth mother until recently. When Kiana sent me that picture of her in wedding dress, she really reminded me of someone. What? Well, Brady hasn't told you about the truth either, right? So I thought that was a bit suspicious and decided to do some research. That's when I found out that Kiana's birth mother was actually your best friend. No way. Is it true? Is this really the truth? That my best friend is the mother of Kiana? I decided to confront her about it, and she told me everything. What? Amanda was pretty shocked too. She admitted sleeping with a married man and giving birth to his child, but didn't expect it to be the husband of her best friend's sister. She just handed the baby to Brady and went on with her life. I can't believe this. She's not your child. Wait, that means me and Kiana aren't even related in the slightest. I mean, but it makes sense. You got along with her so easily and quickly, right? You guys left me behind and Kiana did pick you. Stop joking around. This is way too much to handle. My mind is racing at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Okay, so take your time and think about it then. Anyways, I'll go tell Amanda about everything. I hope for your guys' sake that she brings that $10,000 you desperately need.
Why did you have to tell her? Because of you, I'm in so much trouble.
What?
Ashley practically lost her mind, is breaking everything in the house. Kiana is also no better with her constant yelling about periods of silence. It's just pure chaos right now.
That's your fault for not telling them earlier. That's why you should have listened to me when I told you to hurry.
Are you saying this is all my fault?
This happened all thanks to you. Although that wasn't the reaction I was expecting from them. I understand that it's big news, but aren't they being a bit too dramatic?
Well, yeah, those two were really close. Ashley can't get her feelings towards Amanda straight, and Kiana is upset that she has no blood relation to Ashley.
Kiana was telling me how she and Ashley got along like actual mother and daughter. The shocking news might have been a bit much, huh?
Look what you've caused. I want to calm them down, but anything I do does the opposite. The more I try to comfort them, the angrier they get. I've been told to stop touching them, stop talking, and get out of their faces for a while now.
Oh my, you really done it now.
You've got to help me, Sandy. Can't you do anything?
Why would I? This is karma for all the times you decided to mess around, cheating scum. You can fix your own problems. Don't ever involve me in anything relating to you guys ever again. What am I gonna do, sis? At this rate, we're gonna be in debt. Huh? Debt? I'm not sure what's going on with you, but you guys sure have problems piling up after one another. All thanks to Brady, Kiana went into complete shock and shut herself in. She said she's not in the mindset to have a wedding and bailed. Oh my. She regrets leaving you behind after you took her in and raised her despite not being related. She's so affected by the news that she doesn't know how to properly feel anymore. The poor groom. He did nothing wrong and yet the wedding gets cancelled. Feel sorry for us, not him. Kiana's fiance is connected to Brady as well. He's the son of somebody very, very important at Brady's job, and they are really upset about the cancellation without any warning whatsoever. Understandable, but it seems like you guys have a lot going on right now. They want us to pay them back for all the money they lost on paying for the wedding. Okay, so just pay them back? Don't you get the money refunded after you cancel? Only 20% of it? Whoa. We are too close to the set date of the wedding that they said a full refund is impossible. According to the contract signed, the wedding venue takes 80% of the money for the cancellation fees. We only got $16,000 out of the $80,000. We have to pay back the rest of the money. Wow, that's a lot of money to return. So please, I'm begging you, help us out here. Even just a little bit of money helps. Why would I have to help you guys out? I'm just a bystander. Ask Amanda for help instead. Amanda ran off again. She told me that she doesn't want anything to do with the child she left behind. After that, she blocked me on everything and ran off. My best friend, who I've known for years, abandoned me. Oh wow. You lost your best friend as well. I feel sorry for you. If you're feeling sorry, then lend us money. This is probably gonna affect Brady's job as well. My brain is still trying to catch up here. Yet we're still trying to keep everything steady, so the least you could do is help us out. No thanks. Sure, I feel sorry for your situation, but at the end of the day, you are still a homewrecker in my eyes. You took somebody else's husband and kid, you vile woman. Why would I help someone like that? What? Come on! I'm neither Brady's wife nor am I Kiana's mother anymore. Just a stranger with no relation to you guys. So don't try to drag me into this mess. Hang on, sis. Don't be so cold. All of us will apologize to you, so please. Sure you guys will. Pass this message on to Kiana for me. Uh-huh? To Kiana? Tell that shut-in daughter of yours that it may be tough, but you're not alone. You have your super big family to help you out. That's it. Good luck to you guys. Kiana's wedding ended up not happening after all, and the couple's relationship ended right there as well. Ashley and Brady had to pay over $100,000 back to the groom's family and ended up losing their savings and car. Whatever else they couldn't pay was eventually paid for after loaning money from some places. As for the family situation, Ashley got scared of the potential fact that Brady might cheat on her as well, and now lives in constant fear. Kiana became a total shut-in after completely quitting her job. Brady isn't getting any attention from them both, and practically is treated as if he doesn't exist.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.